What's going on, boy? This is Heist from Godsent. And I'm going to be here to tell you. Alright, I'm here to show you how to play Mirage, starting with T-side. And hopefully it goes pretty good. So we're going to load into the game and go from there. On the screen would be the map, T side, CT side, both bomb sites and routes you can take and stuff. So I'm gonna start with T side. So what you kind of want to do, starting off T side, is you can either buy armor or buy a pistol, but we're not going to do that right directly. You can do that if you want to, which sometimes pro players don't do that. We're going to attack the A site. Rushing in like that, like how my teammates kind of did, is something you don't want to do really, because of you can get destroyed by the enemy team very easily. So if all the enemies left the bomb site because they went to, okay, well, we fucked that up, but we'll just control the spot. So what you want to do, you don't want to rush in like that, and we know okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, but okay, so you don't want to buy an AK. If you lose pistol round, you should save, buy armor, and another pistol. You can attack A side again if you want to, or you can try to split the team up. So 2 go A, 2 go B, 1 goes mid. The one that would go mid would be if you go mid, the ones that go mid would probably should be the ones that have either the op or an SSG, in which would be which is very important. So we have enough money to buy an armor and an AK, so that's good for us. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna buy some utilities. So best utilities to use would be flashbangs, smokes, mollies, and frags. Decoys aren't really good to be used, but if you are gonna do a flashbang, you kind of want to hit that, then it'll hit that, or you can hit right click, or no, left click. Alright, now it's right click, I'm retarded. So right click will underhand it, so we'll use it to smoke right here, underhand, and then it'll smoke it there, in which you kind of want to smoke one of the site entries off, so mid, this side, or CT spawn, in which, because it kind of cuts off a side of a lane for the enemies to come, and by that time the bomb has pretty much been defended, and you can, if you die, you die, but you still win the round and take half their team with you. So we're gonna attack B side this time, and there's Okay, so there's multiple ways to attack the sites. So one way, which when I'm playing online or whatever, if we're okay, so we'll attack A side again. So if sometimes attacking A side, which would mean you have to go up kind of like you're going to B, go under tunnel, and go through tunnel, because you can hear the enemy team running, which sometimes if you have your team with you, you won't get caught like that. So I mean, they are bots, so they ain't gonna follow you around or whatever. But one thing you don't want to do is have the op go a certain way. Op should go mid, especially on Mirage, or it could go up there. I'll ping it up there on Palace Interior. And then even if you win the round, still plant the bomb if you have time, because it gives you extra money. Starting guns, if you're brand new to the game, I would use the SG, the one I have in my hand right now, and because it can, even though it's kind of the expensive gun, it kind of, how you have a scope that you can zoom in and go and try and help your aim, but it is pretty good. So like that, we just caught them off guard. They weren't expecting me to come from apps like that. So we can plant. And watch them, and as we can come and sit here and just, because they weren't expecting that play, so they won't. So there we got the ace because they weren't expecting the flank, which holding holding this angle. Okay, hold on. I'll show you guys during this next round, and I'll show you some more grenade spots that you kind of want to throw grenades into. One thing, if you're brand new to the game, do not use the CZ. Because the CZ has a ridiculous recoil that you kind of don't know of, so you kind of don't want to use that. But here, this is a pretty good grenade spot. Kind of go hit it, and they'll go right there, because it'll go over there if somebody's over there. And there's this guy. He wasn't paying attention. Neither is he. So here, right here, is a pretty good angle to hold, because you can sit here, and then if someone comes this way, you can look up there. That's a pretty good angle to hold, depending on if you're sitting. If the bomb's playing your last life, there's a guy left. Most of the time, that angle is pretty. I mean, if you have two guys on your team still alive, have somebody holding one of those, that angle, and holding, and I'll show you this other angle that's over here, that is important to hold on the B site because of its. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna flash it, which he got blind, which he don't know where he's at, or no. Which he'll look that way, and then he got fucking melted there. So, alright, one thing that you need to learn is AK gun control is pretty. Okay, the AK has a spray pattern, and the spray pattern is not too friendly. But here, this is the other angle to hold you, because you can see that way, and then you can see the market door, which is pretty key, because the enemies can be rotating from A site around through CT spawn and into the market, in which if they do that, then you can have a guy sitting there with an AK or an SG letting them up. Here is where you kind of would have an op sitting here, especially on CT side or T side, because CT can have an op there, and or you could come up here if the enemies are not going to be. The enemies don't go, because sometimes the enemies will defend one site and one side only, in which if they're defending up in here, you can come through here, shoot through this, and then kill them, which is pretty effective sometimes. Okay, and then I'll show you why I would say don't use the CZ as soon as you get the game, or as soon as you start playing the game, is because it has a recoil. The recoil of the CZ is very awkward. Same with the Desert Eagle, because the Desert Eagle, I'll show you that in the next round too. But the Desert Eagle it's not a spray pattern. It's more of a it has recoil. The recoil control of the Desert Eagle is very how would you say? It's pretty hard, especially to control. Which since we attack the A site and there's 2 guys left. If you have an op, I would say you could watch this here, coming from B into mid, because they could be rotating that way, and have a guy kind of up here and watching jungle, which kind of helps you in the long run, because you can have the whole site locked down and they won't be able to penetrate unless they do, which that happens sometimes. So here we'll show you the Desert Eagle recoil. It's very very hard, I would say, because it kind of flies up in your face in a way. Although I do believe that the game that they fixed how the recoil of it was played. See, look at this. One guy jumped here, op mid. You pick one, and then you could, if he didn't move. Where'd he go? Okay, what you don't want to do is you don't want to throw that. So, if you're an op and you're not a pro opper, you don't want to pick up. You want to pick up regular gun, not the sniper, because of. Although if you are good with the sniper, then you can do that. But yeah. All right. What you want to get? The utility. You get the money. P250 is a pretty good starting gun because of its kind of high damage type pistol, which we're gonna go attacking A, so we don't. So we want to throw smoke there and come up here through the A side through connector. Come up through here, because make sure watch. Just go. This is just bomb site A, but this little hole. Enemies like to walk through, and then another thing that you kind of would want to do is you can molly off an entryway too, and then you can actually peek. This is a pretty good angle to peek because they won't. You can see them coming up. And there you go. Win the round because teammate came in through jungle and saw him. So it's pretty. pretty it's not that hard. There is a few other little things that you could do. If you're coming off a T side, you could jump up here, jump, throw a flashbang, go into sight, blind anybody in the area, and then you can plant and then come back here. You can kind of hold this angle that's watching this scaffolding / palace interior right there, which is a kind of key angle that you kind of want to hold. We're going to smoke off CT spawn and molly off that, which they're already there, so it probably won't do much. We kind of want to throw the flash up there. It's down on 2 because it'll distract him for a bit. You can come up in if he even... I'm pretty sure he might have ran away. Yeah, he ran, so yeah, so technically... Damn. So we got that. Most of these shotguns aren't really that. If you're winning and you have a lot of money, but if you're losing, SMGs are probably one of the better ways to go with that. But we're gonna go attack B sites. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go attack. We're doing B site, a B push. So that what we're gonna do here is we're gonna molly that off because it could come that way. Then you could shift walk so no one can hear, so no one hears you coming. And then sit there, smoke off that hallway, and then we could sit in our angle that I showed you guys earlier and wait. You could also check this window, which I did see a guy coming through here, which he came from there, and now we run because they don't have time to defuse, and I'm pretty sure they don't have kits, so you can run, let the bomb explode, save your AK, CZ, and flashbangs, which will help you in the next round. Instead of a smoke, we're gonna buy a frag. Frags do a lot of do some damage, so they will help you sometimes. Sometimes not. Sometimes it will kill your teammates. In which what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do our little flashbang maneuver there. Which we don't. So we know there's a guy here. There's multiple guys here. So we know that there are guys here. So we're gonna, since this guy has a Galil, we're gonna go pick up AK because the AK is better than the Galil. And our whole team is here, so technically you could also have a guy peeking this or watching this. CT spawn and jungle, and there's a guy he's defusing. And our teammate killed him, so last round first half, and then we're gonna do some CT sided stuff. Not pretty much will be the end of the video. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're gonna smoke off that, which you could push to smoke if you want to be Stewie 2K, but not everybody is. Although I do the Stewie. I have done the Stewie maneuver multiple times in online, and it's pretty fucking effective. Smoking, running through the smoke, and catching people off guard. So, where we have sight, we have a guy with an op, AK, and SG, so he's defusing, he's dead. Pick up the AK. Sit up here and watch this. Which they all have shotguns, I don't know why. Which this guy is also here. Yeah. I mean, at this point, even though we're all dead, we still went around because they don't have a kid, bomb goes off. Alright. So now, we're swapping the CT side, and I'll show you some of the CT stuff. While we're here. So, something you kind of want to do is make sure somebody has a defuse kit, because you never know if they plan or not. One thing to do not. Okay, so the bots ain't gonna help to show a visual picture, but you do not want to have the full fucking team rush one site, because that's not how people play. They'll split up the team. You want to have. You don't want to use the fucking P2000 either, because it's a shittier pistol. Okay, so they won that round, which you don't want to have. You want to have, like I said, CT, you want to have two guys defending A, 2B, one possible jungle. So you can be in the middle and go from either one. But they're bots, they don't know real-time strat. So what we're gonna do, we're going B. There's a guy over here, which he's dead. He has an AK. You want to pick up the AK because so we win that round. That's good for us. Which we want to do is you want to buy the defuse kit. Even though armor is important, defuse kit is even more important than the armor. So, we have an M4. Look, okay, so two going that way, two going this way. We're going to sit in jungle. Oh, okay, sniper's nest, but it's called jungle. Well, this is jungle, alright. Alright, so we know they're going A. So we can come out of jungle. Go here and watch bomb. Just hit this, peek this, because I know via minimap. He's either okay. So he's going over here, and bam, he's right there. So now it's match point. Now we can buy armor and utilities. And we'll buy the CZ because it does more damage than the USPS. So, nope. So there's 3 going B and 2 going A, which, okay, that is actually pretty realistic. You can have 3 guys go one side and 2 go to the other side. So, bam, right there, easy 3K, and the other 2 are right 1. There's 1 more over here too, so we can come up. We know he's right there. My teammates should know where he's at due to where the bomb is. Which we want to pick up. Our teammate you should pick up an M4, and just like that, game's over. You win. Hopefully you guys kind of learned something from this. We'll be doing one on Dust 2 later. So hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, sub, do all this stuff. This has been Heist, and I'm out. Peace.